Why Rome? Why, after so many centuries, do we still feel its presence in our daily lives? Its influence is everywhere, from the grand facades of our government buildings to the very words we use in law, and even the way we mark our days on the calendar. The echoes of Rome are woven into the fabric of our society. Rome's story isn't just about emperors and epic battles, it's about how a small, unremarkable village on the banks of the Tiber River grew into a sprawling empire that would shape the course of history for millennia. The Romans were true masters of adaptation, absorbing ideas, technologies, and cultures from those they conquered, and transforming them into something uniquely Roman. Their empire became a mosaic of peoples and traditions. They built roads that connected distant lands, aqueducts that brought life-giving water to cities, and a shared identity that stretched far beyond the city itself, uniting millions under a common banner. Yet, Rome was a place of deep contradictions. It gave us the foundations of law and citizenship, but was also built on the backs of slaves and marked by violence and conquest. Its history is a mirror reflecting both the soaring heights and tragic flaws of human ambition, reminding us of what we can achieve and what we must guard against. By studying Rome, we witness a grand experiment in building society, one that still shapes our world, our institutions, and even our sense of identity today. The story of Rome is messy, dramatic, and deeply human, a tale of glory, failure, and everything in between. And it's a story that's still being told, echoing in our own debates about power, justice, and identity. Rome's voice endures, challenging us to learn from its past as we shape our future. Let's rewind to Rome's humble beginnings, a cluster of muddy huts perched on a handful of hills, surrounded by forests and rivers, and hemmed in by stronger, more established neighbors. Life here was far from the grandeur we now associate with Rome. It was a daily struggle for survival, with little hint of the empire that would one day rise from this mud. Early Romans were tough, resilient farmers and shepherds, their hands calloused from working the land and tending flocks. They were more concerned with feeding their families and protecting their homes than with dreams of conquest or glory. Their lives were simple, shaped by the rhythms of the seasons and the ever-present threat of raids from neighboring tribes. Over time, these scattered villages began to unite, pooling their resources and efforts. They drained the marshes between their hills, transforming the land to create the Roman Forum, the beating heart of their new community, a place for trade, gatherings, and decision-making. For centuries, Rome was ruled by kings, each leaving their mark on the city's early character. But in 509 BC, a dramatic shift occurred. The monarchy was overthrown, and the Republic was born, setting Rome on a new course. The Romans, determined never to be ruled by a tyrant again, created a unique system where power was shared between two elected consuls and a senate of elders. This system was designed to prevent any one person from gaining too much control. Of course, this wasn't democracy as we know it today. Instead, it was an oligarchy, tightly controlled by a handful of powerful aristocratic families who dominated politics and society. Still, the Republic introduced a radical idea for its time. The state belonged to its citizens, not to a single king. Ordinary Romans, at least in theory, had a voice in how they were governed. Civic duty, the rule of law, and collective governance became core Roman ideals, shaping the character of the Republic and inspiring loyalty among its people. This flexible political framework allowed Rome to survive, adapt, and expand, weathering crises and welcoming new ideas as the city grew into a powerful force. From these unpromising origins, Rome set out on its extraordinary path to greatness, laying the foundations for an empire that would shape the world for centuries to come. Rome's origin story is legendary. Twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, were abandoned as infants and miraculously saved by a she-wolf who nursed and protected them in a cave. This powerful image of survival and resilience became central to Roman identity, symbolizing the city's destined greatness from its very first breath. As the brothers grew, their rivalry intensified, ultimately ending in tragedy when Romulus killed Remus. Romulus then named the new city after himself, Rome. This myth, filled with both violence and fate, reflected the harsh realities and ambitions of the ancient world and set the tone for Rome's future. The she-wolf became an enduring symbol of Rome's fierce spirit, independence, and ability to survive against overwhelming odds. Her image appeared on coins, statues, and reliefs, reminding Romans of their humble yet heroic beginnings. After Romulus, 6 more kings, some shrouded in legend, others likely based on real figures, helped shape the city's early institutions, laws and traditions, laying the groundwork for what would become a vast empire. Numa Pompilius, the second king, was credited with bringing religion, order, and many sacred rituals to Rome, fostering unity and stability among its people. Tullus Hostilius and Ancus Marcius, the next kings, expanded Rome's territory and built vital infrastructure, roads, bridges, and city walls, transforming a small settlement into a growing power. The last kings were Etruscan, reflecting the influence of neighboring cultures and introducing new customs, technologies, and architectural styles to Rome. The final king, Tarquin the Proud, ruled with arrogance and cruelty. His reign ended in scandal and outrage, sparking a revolt that would forever change Rome's destiny. Tarquin's expulsion became the founding myth of the Roman Republic, a powerful warning about the dangers of unchecked, absolute power, and the importance of shared governance. Whether these stories are fact or fiction, they gave Romans a shared past, a sense of unity, and a belief in their city's special destiny. Lessons that would echo through centuries. Rome's beginnings were woven from both myth and history, and together, these tales shaped the city's enduring identity and inspired generations to come. The early republic was marked by deep social divisions between patricians, the elite, and plebeians, the common people. Patricians controlled politics, religion, and law, while plebeians had little power despite making up most of the army. Plebeians fought back with mass strikes demanding rights and protection. Their struggle led to the creation of the tribune of the plebs, officials who could veto unfair actions. The 12 Tables, Rome's first written laws, made justice more transparent. Over centuries, plebeians gained access to high office and intermarriage, breaking the patrician monopoly. Wealth, not birth, became the main source of power. The conflict of the orders forged a more unified state and showed that change could come through negotiation, not just revolution. Rome's social battles shaped its political resilience. With internal conflicts easing, Rome turned outward, conquering Italy through relentless wars and clever alliances. Instead of just subjugating, Rome offered varying degrees of citizenship, turning former enemies into partners. This system gave Rome a vast pool of manpower, fueling its military machine. Rome's expansion brought it into conflict with Carthage, a powerful maritime empire. The Punic Wars, 3 epic struggles, decided who would rule the Mediterranean. Hannibal's legendary march over the Alps nearly broke Rome, but Roman resilience and alliances prevailed. Scipio's victory at Zama ended Carthage's power and made Rome the region's master. Rome's approach to conquest, absorption, adaptation, and alliance set it apart. The Republic emerged as the dominant force in the ancient world. Victory brought wealth and power, but also crisis. Small farmers lost land to aristocrats, while the city swelled with the poor and enslaved. Ambitious generals like Marius and Sulla used personal armies to seize power, plunging Rome into civil war. The Republic's institutions weakened, becoming tools for strongmen. Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, conquered Gaul and defied the Senate, crossing the Rubicon and igniting another civil war. Caesar's dictatorship ended with his assassination, but the Republic couldn't be restored. More civil wars followed, with Caesar's heir Octavian defeating rivals like Mark Antony and Cleopatra. In 27 BC, Octavian became Augustus, Rome's first emperor. The Republic was dead, replaced by imperial rule. Rome's transformation was complete, from city-state to empire, from republic to autocracy. The lessons and warnings of this era still resonate today. While emperors ruled, ordinary Romans lived crowded, noisy lives in the city's insulae. The streets bustled with people from across the empire, creating a vibrant, multicultural society. Romans worked as shopkeepers, artisans, and laborers, finding humor and community in daily life. They loved plays, graffiti, gambling, and especially the public baths, centers of social life and gossip. Roman culture was a blend of borrowed ideas, Greek philosophy, Etruscan engineering, and gods from everywhere. This openness fueled Rome's dynamism and adaptability. Life was tough. Disease, fire, and crime were constant threats, and enslaved people faced harsh realities. Yet, a strong sense of community and shared identity persisted. Public spectacles, chariot races, gladiator games brought people together. Behind the imperial grandeur was a messy human world that made Rome truly remarkable. Rome's fall didn't erase its legacy, it's woven into our world today. Our legal systems, with concepts like innocent until proven guilty, trace back to Roman law. Latin lives on in our languages and legal terms. Our calendar and architecture echo Roman models. Many European cities still follow Roman layouts, and their roads shape trade for centuries. The idea of citizenship, rights and responsibilities beyond tribe or birthplace, was revolutionary. Rome's greatest gift was its powerful ideas: law, justice, civic duty, and the possibility of a shared identity. Its endurance came from resilient institutions and cultural adaptability. Studying Rome isn't just about the past, it's about understanding the foundations of our own world. Rome's story is a grand, flawed experiment in civilization, full of lessons for us today. Its voice still echoes, challenging us to reflect on who we are and where we're going.